It wasn't letting me go live then. I think I've got to do it on this vertigo angle. So this is the first live of my entire life. How exciting. It's actually quite thrilling. It's quite an exhilarating undertaking. So this is a live for God, Yahweh. This is for you, O Great One, Zeus, Hera, all the boys up on Olympus. This is who I'm doing it for. Have a quick break. I've had like an hour break in work, and instead of just reading Friedrich Nietzsche's, which is what I would be doing, I'll be lying here on the sofa, reading the old Friedrich. I'm going to do a quick live now. So, well, what do I want to talk about? I do actually have a few things on my mind. I do definitely have a few things on my mind. And a big thing I've got on my mind actually is this, the definition of success. The definition of success. And how do I even describe it? Like I would say the arrogance of the British professional class. The British, the West in general is like, people are so fucking arrogant, man. Yeah, definitions of success. So when I was like early 20s, I was kind of, I don't know, so I say around a lot of people who pretty much almost everyone I was around went down a route of like quite high level professional careers, quote unquote high level. What does that actually mean, right? I mean, doing fucking PowerPoint presentations in a corporation. It's basically what all these super clever people do is they do PowerPoints. And even like investment bankers, like what they actually do, like, you know, you pick winners basically. You basically like a professional horse race better, essentially. And so, yeah, I was around a lot of these people who went on to have these kinds of careers, and I was one of the few who actually didn't. And it's not like I have like I'm not like a fucking painter or like a jazz musician, but I just didn't want to go down that route, the route that they went down. And obviously you stay in touch with people over the years and you see how people develop and so on. And also my work as well. I work with a certain bracket of the people I work with are these kind of really high level execs and stuff. And the thing that I see over and over again is just this absolutely incredible fucking arrogance. And it's like, they confide in me that they're fucking miserable, right? I've had like literal executives, like middle-aged executives in language classes that I'm doing with them. And they'll spontaneously say to me like, oh yeah, it's quite sad actually, like the question will be like, ¿Qué hiciste en tu cumpleaños? It'll be like a Spanish question, what do you do for your birthday? And they'll be, oh yeah, it's quite sad actually, I just spend my birthday alone in the office, you know? And they're like 50 something, really fucking miserable. And then people my age saying the same essentially. And then the ones who have it, who are actually happy, what have they done inevitably? They've just had a family. They're just guys who had a family and their focus is their children. You know, raising the next generation. You know. And the reason I say these people are arrogant is because basically they're refusing to change. And actually, to be honest, it's more the women than the men. It's very fucking arrogant, you know? They moan, it's like, people don't realize if you speak to people like a couple times a year, you know, for like 10 years, for me, every time I speak to some of these people, I'm like, I question afterwards, I'm like, why am I even friends with this person, you know? Like, they are quite nice, they're quite intelligent and stuff, but I'm like, they're not progressing forward. Every single time I speak to these people, it's a fucking, they're having a life crisis. And that's been the case from the first fucking year that they went into the profession to now 10 years later or 15 years later, whatever it is. It doesn't make any fucking sense. I would say 90% of the women working in the British professional class are completely one day away from a complete breakdown every single day. And most of them absolutely hate their lives. Actually, none of them. The ones in London, I have never met one person from London, actually. I've never met one who actually enjoyed their life, who said, I just love my life, I love going into. I've never met a single person. Ever. It does make you question as well. These are often quite bright people. You think, have we just squandered a load of really bright people by shunting them into these institutions, into these banks, into these law firms, etc., etc.? Have we actually just wasted a shitload of talent that could have been used elsewhere? I mean, obviously they've gone in by choice, but I think a lot of it was a fucking hypnosis, cultural hypnosis. But yeah, to me, the arrogance comes in where people are unwilling to listen to advice, they're unwilling to listen to ideas, and whilst they hate their job, they hate their life, they're fucking miserable, their life's a shit show. Some of the stuff the girls tell me as well, and I'm like, I don't even really say anything, but I'm like, love, what I'm thinking, love, what you need is you need to go and get shagged, basically. That's what you actually need. All this crap they're doing, this fucking holistic yoga and stuff like that, it's like, when's the last time you got shagged? 10 years ago. Maybe look into it. Same with some guys as well, but I think guys are at least humble enough to realize I need to do something. A lot of guys are actually humble enough to realize, I need to make a change. I need to do something. They go off to Russia, they go off to Colombia for a month. In fact, literally, they'll go off, they'll find a wife, man. This is a classic story. Swiss bankers out in Latin America. They go off, they live their life a little bit, start to just get their personality going. They find a fucking wife, find a Cuban wife. That shit happens all the time. So yeah, but I just notice a lot of fucking arrogance, man. A lot of arrogance. It's like you defend the very system, and you defend the way of life, and you defend the mentality that is making you absolutely miserable. Nice one. Anyway, so that's just something I've noticed, and because I'm doing this for essentially myself, my reflection there is, what should I be doing with these people? Honestly, I'm like, it ain't my fucking job to counsel you. Do you know what I mean? If it's once or twice, every fucking time I see these people or hear from them, every fucking time. Yeah, and they're too arrogant to, anyway, fuck them. They can go into their barren futures, enjoy their fucking cats or their midlife crisis, whatever the fuck they can have. But yeah, the British professional class, there we go, a bunch of dysfunctional people. It's a shame, to be honest, it's a shame. Yeah, there's there's a lot of people, there's some guys in the group, in the entourage and stuff. Those are the types of people you have to respect. So people in that group, and it's mainly professional guys, me being one of them. It's like people who get it, they're like, yeah, well, and I do have this profession, whatever, but actually I need more. Life is not just about that. I've actually got to fucking develop. So yeah, shout out to the fucking entourage. Was there anything else? That's battering the English professional class. Let's just have a look around my apartment. There we go. It's pretty swanky looking, to be honest with you. Now here's the thing. I'm gonna have to move out in a week because look at the size of this place, man. It's fucking huge. It's got a 3-bedroom apartment. So this has been a great move for me actually to come up to this city. I'm in a second tier city, Because what it's teaching me is like, okay, I know the costs here. This is a really nice city. I could effectively probably live in or buy an apartment like this. I could pretty much set up a family here if I wanted to. And it would be like a really comfortable lifestyle, and it would be affordable. So for me, this is like, it's just an interesting option in comparison to the UK, where it's like setting up a family in the UK would be like fucking essentially breaking the bank for a below par lifestyle. Out here, it would be like affordable and a decent lifestyle as well. So that's been a nice kind of note to self. Okay, this is probably the first city I've been in where I thought, yeah, I would like to actually potentially could raise a family here. So yeah, that's been interesting. But I'm gonna have to leave this flat because there's no AC in this main living room, which it gets quite hot during the day, so it's quite hard to work. It gets quite hard to work as time goes on. Unfortunately, I will have to leave, find a place with AC in the living room. Was there anything else in this live I wanted to talk about? Not really, to be honest with you. Not really. Just kind of shooting the shit, really. Let's see what time we're on. Yeah, I've got 8 minutes until my next appointment. So, yeah, I think I will just leave it there. Yeah, the longer I'm out of the West, the less interested I am in going back to it. The more interested I am in the BRICS, basically, not only for living, but also professionally as well. BRICS is Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. It's basically there's a much broader, the broader definition is like the new second world, which is all the developing countries that are coming online now. Places like Saudi, places like Malaysia, places in Latin America, they're all coming online, man. There's a lot of fucking growth. There's a lot of growth. And there's a lot less arrogance as well. This is the thing about all these Western fucks. They all know it all, especially the fucking, ranting about the women, especially the women. They all know it all, and yet they're all fucking depressed. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? They've got all the answers, and yet they're all fucking depressed. You know? The guys, I just see them as fucking lost, to be honest with you. Anyway, so ranty fucking mood today. I'm gonna leave it there. That's my first live, and it was a rant. Let's see. Maybe I'll come back on later on to another one which is a bit more positive. I'm gonna leave it there. God bless. How do I do this?